In Minnesota, the Vikings are expected to release former Pro Bowl running back Aaron Jones. That's according to ESPN. Barring a trade, he'll be released at the start of the new league year, and the move will save Minnesota just under $8 million in cap space. Jones was hampered by hamstring and shoulder injuries last season. He missed 5 games in Minnesota. He also had his fewest carries since his rookie season back in 2017. Jones did turn 31 back in December, so welcome to the club, but he's also entering his 10th NFL season. We've got our Emery Hunt joining us here. We're going to talk best landing spots for the running back Aaron Jones. We've got some teams, Emery, that would be a really good fit, and we've got some teams that you're going to kind of convince us that he could fit there on. So let's start with an easy one, the Kansas City Chiefs. So a lot of people are out on Isaiah Pacheco. It kind of leaves some room for a new face to come in. Why would Aaron Jones be a good fit in Kansas City?
Well, Haley, because he has what you still need to be functional as a running back throughout the entirety of your career, however long it is, it's the vision. He still sees it rather well. Despite him being 31, you don't lose that vision. He has that, and he has it in spades, so he'll be able to see it, and then he'll be able to hit it as it's opening up and being able to attack it downhill. So I just feel like that makes a lot of sense. Whether they want to go older or younger, because quiet is kept, they are still in a prime spot to get Jeremiah Love the NFL draft, but you get someone that you know definitely can pass protect, that can catch the football out of the backfield, and still has the running back vision. He averaged 4.2 yards a carry last year, and albeit 12 games, this is someone that still can get the job done, albeit in a limited role.
We were just talking, my husband and I, yesterday about the Chiefs and the position they're in right now. I believe they're picking at number 10, and that sounds like a perfect spot for a Jeremiah Love to fall to, and we do not want that to happen for Kansas City to come back to the top of that mountain. Let's continue our landing spots, though, for Aaron Jones, and the next team on our list, Emery, is the Texans. It kind of makes sense because as you and I were coming up, I had to go, who are the running backs in Houston? So obviously this would be a good place for Aaron Jones to fall.
Right, because here he can be an RB2, and because you have Woody Marks, who put together a very good year last year for the Texans, who has that ability to be the #1 guy, but we saw him get banged up over the course of the season, which is why we saw Nick Chubb have his chance to have a resurgence. And we don't know if they're going to re-sign Nick Chubb, if he's going to go straight to free agency, because he's right now a pending free agent, but Aaron here providing a good RB2 complement to Woody Marks, who's emerging as a guy here in this league. I think that's a good spot for him. He's playing indoors, playing on that turf. We saw him have that success in Minnesota, and I think that's the area where he can still provide some value. So I like this fit too because of who's already right now their RB1.
He did spend some time in Texas, not quite there in Houston, but he did go to El Paso, UTEP there. So maybe return to Texas for Aaron Jones there. Our third team in our terms of our landing spots here for Aaron Jones, we're looking at the Commanders, Emery, and I really like this fit because you have the veteran in Austin Eckler, who had the injury last year. Bill, Jacory, whatever you called him, Krosky Merritt stepped up a few times there, but this feels like a place where Jones could really reinvent himself.
Well, and here's the thing. This is why I like this one the most out of the previous two that we've talked about, is because Bo Krosky Merritt, Jacory Krosky Merritt, is a best served player as an RB2, where you can come in there and just boom, hit with that explosiveness. You need someone that can set the table. I feel like Aaron Jones can still be that pace setter in your run game, even at 31 years old, because you're not going to ask him to carry the ball 25 times. You're going to ask him to lead off with maybe 12 carries in a ball game. Therefore, Bill Krosky Merritt can come in there and be the explosive game breaker until he's able to grow into that RB1 role. So this makes a lot of sense because you have the young, explosive back that you want to groom to be an RB1. You're pairing him with an athletic, mobile quarterback, and we know what that does for the run game. Anyone we put back there is going to have an advantageous box and have a healthy yards per carry average. So why not put someone out there that has still the running back vision you need, and has the ability to weave in between the tackle box and find the open lane, have some acceleration to hit the home run. So I think this would be the most ideal spot for him, and he's paired with a young, explosive back, and a quarterback that also enhances the run game.
he's got a lot of names: Jacory, Krosky, Bill, Merritt.
Figure it out.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on over there in Washington, and hopefully they can bring another big name in there. Okay, so those three teams, the Chiefs, the Texans, and the Commanders, those are the three that we can kind of, see the fit best there for Aaron Jones. Let's get to some teams that you could maybe, if some other dominoes fall, you could see going. And we start the conversation with the Panthers. Of course, they had their back in Chuba Hubbard, and they signed him to an extension. And then they trade for Rico Dowdle, and all of a sudden they've got two running backs who do a really good job. The only problem here, Emory, is Rico's an impending free agent here. So talk to me about the fit for Aaron Jones and how he could make his way if he were to go to Carolina.
Well, this will be determining if you're going to lose a Rico Dowdle, because I felt like he was the better back between him and Chuba Hubbard. And when you have both of those guys, you're really cooking with gas in a run game. So if Dowdle is going to find greener pastures elsewhere, then Chuba Hubbard needs someone to kind of spell him a couple of series or two. And this is where Aaron Jones, at 31 years old, makes a lot of sense. Because, again, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He still has those hands. He still has the ability to see it front side to back side. And you're going to only need him to spell a Chuba Hubbard 2 to 3 times a game in terms of a series. And if you can do that and kind of prolong his career for another 2 seasons, you get more bang for your buck. So this is only in case Rico Dowdle moves on, because I would hope the Panthers are trying to find a way to keep both Hubbard and Dowdle in the same backfield. But if not, you have an option right here in Aaron Jones.
There was like this little teeny part of me, Emory, that was like, Jerry Jones is going to pick up the phone and bring Rico Dowdle back home, man. Well, we saw what we could do with running backs, and then, of course, he signed Javonte Williams, which I'm okay with, but big fan of Rico Dowdle coming over there from Dallas. All right, we go from the Panthers to the Jaguars here, Emory, in terms of Aaron Jones' fit there. We also run into some free agency asterisks, if you will, there with the Jags.
Yeah, well, here's the thing with Jacksonville. They had a trio, before the season. Then they trade Tank Bigsby to the Philadelphia Eagles. You drafted Bashal Tootin out of Virginia Tech, and you have Travis Etienne, who is still one of the more explosive backs, and he was one of those homegrown stars for you. I would hope they are trying to keep Etienne out there in the backfield because of how he's become a fixture of that offense, a fixture of this franchise, and one of those homegrown stars I talked about. But if you already shipped off Bigsby, and now you're potentially going to lose Etienne, that leaves Bashal Tootin right there as the only back ready to go that has those game experiences. So I would say Aaron Jones would make sense if you are going to go ahead and not re-sign Etienne. But again, this is someone you're bringing into this situation. You're going to expect a lot more of Aaron Jones at this juncture of his career and age than you would if he was going to, let's say, Carolina or going to somewhere else that we talked about earlier. So this is a unique spot because Tootin, I don't feel like, is ready to be the RB1. He is still in that mode of being an RB2. So he's going to need someone to kind of do some of the heavy lifting. Jones could see immediate time there, but is he up to the task is going to be the key.
All right, let's stay in Florida here for our final potential landing spot for Aaron Jones, and we go across the state to Tampa, where they kind of had some running back issues. We saw the resurgence of Rachaad White. We know Bucky Irving was banged up. Where does Aaron Jones fit into that mix?
Well, that's the thing. You have two exciting backs. I've always been a Rachaad White fan. I love what Bucky Irving does. He shows you he's playing bigger than his size. Size is not a skill, and he's showing you he could tote the rock. So if you're going to lose Rachaad White, then Bucky Irving is going to need someone to come in and spell him, just like we talked about a few seconds ago with Bashal Tootin and those guys. So, yes, you're going to need someone like an Aaron Jones who provides that veteran presence, someone that kind of can keep your offense on pace and can even lead from the front if he's paired correctly with Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving can be your lead dog, but if you want to flip it for a game or a series or two, depending on the matchup, Aaron Jones can give you that. We talked about his ability to catch the football out of the backfield. He's also very good in pass protection. So that's something that now you can have a chance to get both backs on the field at the same time. So I like the fit here, the schematic fit here for him. And if they're going to not bring back Rachaad White, then Aaron Jones in Tampa makes a lot of sense.
All right, 6 different falling, but only time will tell. Emory Hunt, appreciate you opening the clip there, bringing us back to football in the middle of basketball season. Aaron Jones officially no longer with the Minnesota Vikings. That does not mean his career is done. Emory Hunt, as you just heard, breaking down his favorite landing spots. He likes the Commanders best. He likes the veteran fit with the young support system there, but it is anyone's game with free agency set to pick up here this week.